Good afternoon. Looks like a couple of you are already on the call. Thanks so much for jumping on. You can choose to mute yourself. Once we start the call, I am going to be removing everyone from mute as long as we have protected backgrounds. So anyway, hello Tamala, hello Tim. Thanks so much for joining in. And I'm just going to do a quick sound check. If you could just either wave your hand or say something so I know you're there and that you can hear me, that would be terrific. Hi, Tim. Thank you. Hey, Tim, after what happened a couple weeks ago, you cannot ever take anything for granted. Well, so you can see I'm making a couple updates here while we are waiting to go live. Thank you for those of you who are already here.
Welcome to the Foster Strategies Group Automotive Masterclass. In this breakthrough series, Transforming Automotive, join us as we partner with industry experts you know and trust as we take on today's most pressing challenges and create new paths and possibilities to success together. In today's episode, Winning in Today's Workforce Wars, listen as we discuss the current challenges within the topic of people and performance, and offer you the blueprint on where to begin and how you and your teams can achieve new levels of success. Hosting today's show is Lori Foster, founding partner of Foster Strategies Group and creator of the Transforming Automotive series, with featured guest Fleming Ford of ESI Trends. We are committed to offering you insights that elevate the understanding of all players in automotive retail, including dealers, vendors, and our manufacturers, as our industry continues to rapidly change and evolve and move our relationships forward through transformative conversations and paths to success.
Okay, everyone. Well, we are getting ready to get started in just about a minute and a half here. Lighter audience today, but we are just going to do as many of these as we need to get everyone on board. I see Tamala, Dane, and Tim, and we're just going to wait about one more minute. We had 3 more people that were on the bucket, and let me just see. Like I do far too often, they're probably logging in at the last minute, unlike the 3 of you. Well, I think that's just the alarm for this is happening. Okay, Ted's on, and Dane, Joe Webb. Hello, everybody. I'm going to take you all off of mute. You can, you will have to unmute yourself once I do this. Hi, we're going to have some background noise just for a second here, but I want you all to be able to just say a quick hello to each other. Let's see here. And we've got a self-muted. And trying to get Tamala there, and there's Ted. Okay, can everybody just say hello?
Hey.
Hello.
Hey, all.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, so let's just go around the horn and just say what states we're in right now. Tim Pearson, where are you?
Middle Tennessee.
All right, Dane.
North Carolina.
Joe Webb.
Florida.
Florida. Ted Craybill.
Clearwater, Florida.
Tamala Bauer.
Denver, Colorado.
And Fleming Ford. Fleming. Oh, she's on her. I think she's on mute. Let's see. You've got to enter a pin. Maybe she needs a pin. And David Hudson has joined us now, too. David, if you can hear us, say hello. He might not be on audio yet. I know he was with a client. Okay, so great. We've got a great audience. I'm going to put it on video for a second, but don't like start screaming or throwing things. I've got a big allergy situation going on. And so if you laugh, this will be a super short call. Here's David Hudson. David, say hello to everybody.
Hello, everybody.
And where are you today?
I am at the Stabila headquarters in South Elgin, Illinois.
Okay, Illinois. So we've got Illinois, Colorado, we've got Tennessee, we've got a couple Floridas, and a Denver, Colorado. So we've got everybody covered. Listen, so I'm going to pop on here for a second so I can just say hi to you. Hello, everybody. Yesterday's call was a great big success, and we had audio, which is always fantastic. Yes, I'm rocking a ponytail because I don't feel good. Anyway, so yesterday's call was fantastic. Lots of great feedback. Yesterday, Eric Brown, John Nybor, so Eric Brown of InSearch Technologies was on, Mark Alt from Merits, John from Win-Win Media out in Portland, Oregon, Les Silver from Las Vegas, his Dynatron company. Tim, we talked about them, and Penny Stallings from Driven, and I think that's everybody. So we had a really good group on yesterday, and of course, an even better group on today. So I wanted to give you some really good updates and give you all a chance to say hello to each other. So what I'd like to do today is what we did yesterday and start out with who you are and your company. We're going to try to do this while all of us type A's on the phone. We're going to try to do this in 90 seconds or less, not to restrict you, but just for sensitivity for everyone's time here. And remember, you're not like closing a deal here right now. So I know a couple of you are like, I've got a buyer on the line. So say hello. So we're going to start with farthest away, which I think for me right now is Tamala. Tamala, hello.
Hello.
Wait, let me stop the video. It started auto playing. Do you do music? You know, Tamala is pretty important. She demands background music when she starts talking.
It's my walkout song.
Hey, you know what? You gotta have it. Okay, Tamala, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's all right, dear. So Tamala Bauer, I'm in Denver, Colorado. And my background, I'm 27 years in the auto industry, serving both at the retail automotive as well as on the agency side of the business, all in marketing, building brands, brand experience, operations, and advertising. I have parted from Summit Automotive, where I've spent the last 9 years, was their former chief marketing officer, where we had 15 stores, 22 franchises. Now I have my own company where I specialize in growth strategy through people and their business to drive profitability. And we do that through brand experience and through their marketing and their operations.
Wonderful. Well, Tamala, it's been great to get to know you this year. And what you all don't know is we did this yesterday. It would be really helpful for the group. Like I've seen everybody's notes in like why they're in this group, but like Tamala, why was joining this important to you? And what do you see yourself? How do you see yourself contributing and actually receiving from this initiative that we're launching?
So one, Lori, I appreciate what you've gone out in order to vet the best of the best. Sitting in that that C-suite role for many years, it's a constant. You have so many people coming at you and great companies, but it's that person that says, hey, I think you need to look at this company. This is why I like them, and the people behind the company. And I think that's what you're bringing to fold is really looking at how do we create this consortium of the best, how do we collaborate with each other in order to bring those services to bear for our clients. And how can I receive is the same way, is one, getting to know me. And I love to work in tandem. I've never desired to be a solopreneur, even though I'm sitting in that chair at this time. But I've also bring in other clients that I'm currently servicing, and bring other partners in where there's a gap for me. And so it's twofold. Is one, how do I come in and help you serve your clients with my expertise and background? Or how can I help you find that perfect partner to help serve them in the best way that you can?
Okay, well, now you all know why we brought Tamala on board, just a wealth of experience. Knowledge. And we've had some great conversations, and I really appreciate you being on board. Tamala, we're gonna, thanks for right now. Can you see your material on the wall right now? Can you see it on the screen?
I can see me and like a little star coming off of it.
Yes.
Yeah,
You're all
I
famous.
can.
Okay, so we're going to scroll down to, we're going to go to Tim Pearson next. Hey, Tim, how are you again?
Good, how are you?
I'm fantastic. Tim's with Merritt's, and we had the luxury of spending time together a couple days last week. He's an excellent host if you ever wind up in his path. But we got to meet the team at Merritt's, and Tim is just exceptional. His focus is on the service department, but I want you to know him better from his words right now and how he sees the interactions happening. Tim?
Sure. I just was counting it on my fingers, 32 years in this business. Started out with Brown's Automotive Group in Washington, D.C. in retail, 18 years with Nissan at the OEM, and then the last 6 years with Asbury Automotive Group, working in fixed operations. And then the last bit was as a market director down in Jackson, Mississippi. And I'm very happy to get to know Lori. She was recommended to me through Eric Brown, I've just got to know within the last 6 months, and it seems like an extremely smart guy, very innovative. I thought Lori was doing something very important in the industry, and the more you know and the more transparent everybody is with each other, the better it is for everybody. So I took the opportunity with Mark Alt to participate, and we hope to provide some insight into what Merritt's Automotive is. Everybody probably knows us as a travel company, but we've got some niche products and things that I think are really good, and by the same token, get to learn about what you guys do, because we have all kinds of opportunity that we can't handle and we can't take care of, and a forum like this gives us the opportunity to sort of take in what we can and give back what we can't handle, and so we're excited to be here.
Fantastic. And Tim, I probably should have gone with you last because I would like you, if you don't mind, I had Mark do this on the call yesterday. Could you tell the group here what it went like last week when we were filming, and just for the environment, for you had three of your people, well, you were one of the people that we interviewed, but could you tell the group like how that went from your perspective?
You know, we have really good, smart people, and I think I told them 2 or 3 weeks ago that we were going to be doing this. They said, "Can we prepare?" I said, "If you're not prepared, we got the wrong people." And Lori came in, and the way she talked with everybody and asked questions, we probably spent an hour sort of just talking about the business and what they do, and getting to have her meet everybody. And then we sat down, put the cameras and the microphones up, and I think we did videotape for 2.5 hours, 3 hours, and there really wasn't a hitch. It was very simple. Our people embraced the idea, which is this is about information for dealers. It's not about selling. If they want to come to you for more stuff afterwards, great. But this is creating a forum of just a lot of good content. And so it was very smooth, and we got out when we thought we'd get out, and it was good.
So did we put people on the spot and make them uncomfortable?
No, you know, and both Bill and Mike afterwards both commented about how easy you were to talk to, and I knew that having talked to you before, but no, it was really very nice, and I think it left some of the other folks that you met who didn't get a chance to get on film wanting to produce something and be on there with you. So everybody left kind of wanting more.
Oh, that's awesome to hear, and your check is in the mail. So that's fantastic. But this speaks to, and we're going to get really good at this. Someone a couple days ago said, this seems like maybe it's a little extra work at the front end of this, but I want you all to know, even before we finish introductions here, we're not going to be like everybody else. Everyone in the world is doing a podcast right now or a live show, and that's awesome. I give them all the credit. I think it's fantastic. But what we're going to do is have educational platforms that actually intentionally teach the audience and raise their attention and raise their takeaways from this, and not just, oh, it was just fun listening to those folks chat for a bit. There happened to be a nugget or two. We are approaching this 100% intentionally to enlighten them, to elevate the conversations, and to help them to see over the fence and see challenges that they're experiencing, and possibly a different way, and with solutions and paths to get out of there. So, yep, I want to acknowledge every one of you. It is a little bit of extra time commitment, but we're going to showcase you incredibly well to this audience that we're going to drive as a collaboration here. So Tim, thanks again. Thanks everyone for listening to that. Dane Seville in Raleigh, North Carolina. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
Good. I just miss you being in my kitchen and making you espresso.
I know, right?
Dane, tell them what we did here a couple weeks ago after you introduced yourself.
Yeah, Dane Seville, co-founder and brand and PR manager for Union Marketing. I have an eclectic background. I was a high school English teacher, networked my way to work for the Department of Defense, collecting and analyzing sort of intelligence and testimony. Then I worked for a 33-store automotive group here in Raleigh, North Carolina, before moving to a global marketing and advertising agency as a senior copywriter and associate creative director, and then helped form Reunion Marketing, where we are a full-service digital marketing agency focusing on automotive SEO and SEM, leveraging our dealership network to benchmark data to understand how dealers are performing in the industry and where we can most strategically help them on the traffic or conversion side of things.
Darn it, I wish you were enthusiastic.
Yeah, and Lori, I had the pleasure, what Lori was referencing was the other week, I traveled out to Charlotte. I do our video series, the KPI Cafe for Reunion Marketing, and I had the pleasure of doing with Joe Dallas, and head over to see Lori, where we filmed a nice little video for KPI, which will be going up in a few weeks, and just got out some great insights from Lori, so I was very excited to get that out there.
Very good. Dane, it's just been great to get to know you and the team better. And I want to acknowledge your work in front of everyone. Like if everyone sees on LinkedIn when they are following Reunion Marketing, and do start following all of these partner companies here, every week they're doing a KPI Cafe. It's quick, right to the heart of it, and just a fun thing to talk about. We can all grab great tidbits and insights there too. A lot of great information packed into that few minutes. Dane, thank you so much for being on board, and thanks for your enthusiasm for this entire consortium. At Reunion, why are you all still committed to partnering with this consortium?
Well, first I have to sort of echo some sentiments already stated, is that really appreciate how you were meticulous in vetting and selecting people who are members of this consortium. And we know your commitment and your history in this industry, and just the brilliance that you have, and that then a lot of the other names that I recognize that are part of this. I mean, in addition to understanding your meticulous method of creating this consortium, but then getting confirmation of that by just saying who are members of this, and just really excited to contribute on our end towards what you were doing here.
Well, thank you for that. I owe a few of you checks here, but that is the idea. If anybody has Owen Moon's information, he's asking for some login information, and I'm having a hard time doing that while I'm listening intently. So Tim, I don't know if I thanked you, Tim, and Dane also, thank you so much. It's just great to have you all here. Just sitting right next to the best people in the industry, which is right where you all belong. Joe Webb, down in sunny Florida, how are you today?
Good, and yourself?
I'm fantastic. Thanks so much for being here. Joe, I would find it hard to believe that people don't know who you are. I want to just play one of your comedic videos, but Joe, pretend they don't know anything about the illustrious Joe Webb. Who are you and what do you do out there?
I was a professional kazoo player for a number of years before I started climbing the corporate ladder at PT Barnum and Balaam Circus. Due to a terrible pachyderm accident, I jumped into automotive retail 1 year and 3 months ago, and Laurie asked me to join this consortium.
And so where is the mute button when one needs it? So Joe, you've been an inspiration in the industry for as long as I can remember, from my earliest digital dealer days. Tell the group what it is that you do for your clients.
Most specifically, we assist them with internet sales training, BDC training, phone and sales training. We do that through everything from on-site virtual training and our own accountability software, where we help them flesh out how they communicate with their customers and improve their messaging to customers, very often through the CRM and through the use of all different mediums, phone, text, video, and more. And we also do marketing consultation as well, but our primary goal is to get today's sales people and managers to understand today's car buyers better and be more human.
Yep, and I'm there. There you are. I finally got you up here, Joe. The work that you do is incredible. Do you cover the country, or do you have a region?
Yeah, no, I'm throughout North America. We have clients everywhere: East Coast, West Coast, South, North, Canada.
And your partner is Bill Playford, is that right?
Yeah, he's the smart one. I'm the talent.
Okay, well, clearly. Okay. Joe, it's so fantastic to have you on and be working with you on this exciting project. Ted and Fleming down with ESI Trends in Florida. I'm not sure if you're sitting there together or if you're in your different homes, but Ted, let's kick it off with you.
Okay. I got into automotive about 26 years ago, and first client was BMW. While I was working with BMW, I decided to start a company to focus on employee satisfaction, and did that 22 years ago. And since then, we've been, in the beginning, we were just surveying employees, engagement surveys, satisfaction surveys. Today, we have a number of different types of surveys. We do new hire exit surveys, engagement surveys, leadership assessments, and usually we survey between 40,000 and 50,000 retail employees each year. We also work with NADA, and we designed and we conduct the annual dealership workforce study for NADA. So we have we're the go-to guys for all the data, all the payroll data and information on what's happening from a human capital management perspective. We also work with OEMs, and in that, when we work with OEMs, we're usually partnered up with somebody. I think the only group here, Merritt's, is someone we've partnered with at least 2 or 3 times. And, you know, one of the reasons for being part of this group is to find other strategic partners that we can work with.
Fantastic. Ted, it's such a pleasure to know you all. You've just got such a great team there. Fleming, some folks know Fleming. Fleming is the Ted has taken more of the controls of being in the warehouse, in the store, working diligently, putting all of these analytics and setting these surveys. The brilliance of those surveys is just unbelievable. When I take a look at, I've actually taken some of those surveys myself, and so it's no joke what they're doing. They're digital. Ted, your digital readiness. Sorry, it was like stuck in my mouth somewhere. The digital readiness that you do is unbelievable at setting people up for what they're currently doing and what's next. So thank you for all the great work you're doing. Is Fleming there too?
I'm here. Hey, Lori. Hey, team.
Hi, Fleming. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Excited to meet everybody and looking forward to doing it in person.
And Fleming, I heard that you're going to be on stage at Women in Automotive with somebody else in a couple weeks.
With my favorite person. Yes, Miss Foster will be interviewing us live at Women in Automotive on human capital strategies and what's trending in the workforce and how we can retain and engage today's workforce. So that'll be fun, Lori.
Yeah, and Fleming, truly everyone, Fleming knows everyone at all of the vendors. She has incredible relationships, just like many of you, and does it in such a way she's able to have tough conversations with dealer groups. I've heard some of the things that she's doing. I won't mention the names, but you know all the big names, and the conversations, the tough, critical conversations that we all know need to happen. She does those well. Sometimes I think almost too well. She gets a lot of joy out of punching a dealer in the nose every now and then. But sometimes
the velvet hammer, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes they pay extra for that. So Fleming, thank you, and thank Ted for everything you're doing. We're going to jump to Chicago, Illinois. David Hudson.
Hi.
Hi, David.
How's it going?
Super. I'm in my office with the studio you set up for me. Thank you so much again for coming down to North Carolina.
Had a blast. Thank you.
Are you going to tell us a little about yourself, or do I have to pull it out of you?
Yeah, I want you to ask me questions. You got to ask. I gotta have the full effect here.
Oh my God! As a producer director, he wants me to write the script. So David, as a producer director, what's your role been already here, and what is it that you're looking that you'll be contributing here to our greater audience?
And why do you act like that?
I don't know. Okay, David.
Joe Webb and I have been working together for about 20 years. That's how I found myself in the automotive world. However, I did grow up in that industry. My dad still sells cars. So I grew up in that industry, and all the stories about life came from, stories from the dealership. I make a lot of different style of films, like, short films, other industries, but I'm now concentrating on the automotive world. And I make commercials, essentially, long form storytelling and short form 30-second buy now style commercials. I'm doing a lot of selfie style, and I'm on the camera, sort of a spokesperson for a few dealerships. And through that experience, I've learned that you can definitely shoot a quality video with your phone, and you can edit in everything on your phone. So that's what I'm doing, and now I'm starting to speak on that. I'll be at Digital Dealer here in August, talking about video and how you can do it. And there are ways, and it's simple, and you can do it with your phone.
Yep,
so that's
perfect.
a big nutshell.
David's had a ton of great insights for us already, and he will also be integral to us as we edit these so that they look very good. We don't need to go Madison Avenue, but we are going to make sure we don't look like we did it in my office, which we are doing it in my office. But we're going to make sure that we have some nice polish to us and some cohesiveness to the way that we're looking. David is the one who put together the opening intro that highlighted all of you. So a little golf clap for David for highlighting all of you really good looking people. And thanks again, everyone, for making it like pulling teeth to get pictures out of you. So that was really awesome. Okay, so I am going to go to right now, I'm going to show you a couple things in order to talk about some really actionable things we're doing right now. And I'm going to try to switch my screen here, checking for, here we go. You're going to see this right here I don't think these tools, are these tools blocking my screen, or do you just see the screen that says show notes?
Looks like, podcast show notes.
Okay, I can't tell what if this webcam overlay is bothering your view. Okay, so if you see the podcast show notes, that's going to come second. What's going to come first? Oh, this is first. This is the prep sheet master. So as you just skim over that right now, this is what we're going to do in advance for every single podcast. Now, these aren't going to be scripted, but we are going to know what we're going to talk about. That does several things. That gives you the chance to not fail, which we don't want that. What gives you the chance to highlight the really important challenges and how you've been able to help others overcome those challenges. It gives you the opportunity to see what kind of material you might want to create for a pass out, because it's a very important thing that we actually give our customers, our audience, something every time they're on the call. So last week, Merritt's created a couple of pieces of collateral almost immediately, whether it's 5 best tips or 3 things to remember, or here's a quick video educational piece. We don't want this to be a lot of work for you, but we do want to be able to tell the audience every time that this is happening. So we're not looking at doing a scripted show, but we do want to know what we're talking about. You'll see in the bottom right-hand corner, and I realize I'm talking fast, but I'm trying to respect your time today, guys. So the evergreen content strategy, you'll see over here, here's what we're going to be doing is showing you like what we look at as the clip of when these will be playing again, what snippets we're going to take out for Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, and then of course everything's going to be pushed over to our video library. So
Lori,
yes.
Quick question in regard to the collateral material. Is this collateral material that people that we're going to, you said we're going to give them, is that something that is going to be able to be from a downloadable file, like a downloadable PDF that will be uploaded to the Foster Strategy Group website that we can use as a almost I don't want to say lead generation tool, but that we can track how many downloads you get of the collateral material?
100%. And thanks for asking that very good question. So inside where you guys saw as we were scrolling through there, all of you being represented, those materials will also live right there next to your name, like their most recent, assets from their, I'll have a better word for it, but bonus material from their most recent podcast and your most recent podcast that will all also live on the partner page. This page, whoops. This page right here, it'll also be there. And then it'll also live in a library on my website, and you guys can, every one of you can lift what's there and put it on your own websites as well. Use it however you want. That's one of the things. So since you brought that up, I'm going to jump right over. I've got this thing blocking my screen.
I apologize. I can't see anything on the screen. I'm driving. I'm in downtown Miami right now.
Okay, well, I'm glad that you're not watching the screen then. I'm really glad about that. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to show.
Why did he act that way?
Okay, kids.
Because I'm related to David Hudson.
Okay, see, look at this. This just started again on demand. So here we go. Let me kill that. I want to show you this right now after I make this go away. Showcasing you and your company. We will have podcast show notes. We will be we will not be scripted. We will be prepared. And I think that's just fair to everyone, especially our audience. We want when they listen to this, when you guys think, Grant Cardone's gotten a lot of mileage out of the 10X thing, but I've used the number 10X forever. And if somebody takes the time to pay attention, listen to what we've created or doing or attends a meeting, we want them to not only feel like it was valuable, it was worth their time to even get there. It wasn't a waste of time. And that we understood them and that we gave them so much material, so much to think about that they are 10 times more likely to come back again and they feel like it was worth 10 times their value the time they put into it. So somebody's snapping out there really loudly, so I'm going to see what I got to do here. I'm going to do this for a second. So then the prep board. I will ask you guys, gotta stop saying you guys. I will ask you all in advance to fill out the prep board that I just showed you a minute ago, which is not that, which is this here. So that I'll have questions for you in advance and conversation points, and you'll do the same. You'll say to me, hey, Lori, we are going to cite this study, or we want to make sure to hit on these notes so that we make sure that we're all on the same page. This now, and I know you can't see it, Joe, this is your podcast show notes right here. So then this will take you through the actual day itself. Does anybody know whose phone it is that's snapping?
I swear you have to have metal in your head, Lori, and it always causes these issues.
I have no metal in my head, Joe, but thank you. But I'll work on that. I'm trying to see what's going on here. I'm trying to remove this whole little asset over here collapsed. So here we are. Here's the podcast show notes. You can see what will be set up at the top, the show intro, how we're going to do that, some timing metrics for on the side. And then as I scroll up for those who can see, oh my God, that wants to start again. Right here, I need one more thing open. Whoops. it'll show you how we're going to take you through it. So we have tons of great stuff going on for you in respect to all of that. So I'm going to jump back here. 5 things minimum that I want you to have in mind, even if we don't mind using all of them. It's just going to be important that if we're going to talk about a topic, that you're thinking about people, stats, surveys, studies, successes, challenges. Otherwise, we're just shooting the breeze. And that's, you know, anybody can do that. We're going to do something a little different. So now, presenter prep. Prep work is done in advance. Make sure your info is cleared by your company if you have a process that requires that. If we're going live, the request is going to be that you jump on 30 minutes prior so that you and I can test our environments together. Engagement. One of the things, and David is going to help us a little bit as we go along here, but very often we just get used to hearing ourselves. And it's very important that our faces are even. I even noticed last week when we were filming, and I didn't want to stop, but the way that one of the guys and I were facing each other was too much. We were facing each other too much. We had a tight spot we were working in, but it's really going to be important that you get comfortable, like looking at the camera, practice your smiling, think about that the viewers are watching you, even when somebody else is talking or we're doing a poll or something. And so we'll do our best to mix it up with, you know, inserting videos and inserting, you know, some interesting screenshots. But just remember, like, you're on camera the whole time, eye contact, relax, engage, lift your voice up. I'm going quickly here for you guys right now, but this audience, they don't know what we're going to be talking about. So slow down, be clear, and you will be heard more effectively. I'm not even going to write anything about, of course, no profanity. Other people out there, suddenly everybody in the world in automotive is thinking it's funny to swear in all these environments. You can swear all you want when you and I are having dinner. I do not care, but we're not going to do that. And I just need a verbal yes from everybody. I'm taking you off mute, that everybody understands that. Do you understand that? Everybody
Yes.
understands that? Because right
Yes.
now, okay, don't say F yes to me. so I just don't even know what's going on out there right now, but we are just, that's not who we are. That's great for them, but that's not who we are. So just in case there was any shadow of a doubt on that, there is no shadow of a doubt. One thing we found is really important is check your environment in advance for noises and distractions and the Wi-Fi. Even crush the Wi-Fi on your own phone in these environments will help. Ways you can help, and you'll have all this in a sheet afterwards, but content. You're going to see the master schedule that I have right now, 2 different ways. You're going to see it by some sections, just as a sample, and you're going to see the master of all of this stuff together. But that does not mean for 1 minute that we don't need tons. Like, we'll do however much you want for your company. We'll make time. We'll get to really important topics that we all decide are great for our audience. Sharing and promoting. Before I show you that master schedule, the agreement that I asked for from everyone in the consortium was not to give me money. Nobody's given me a dime. Thanks, Joe Webb, you did hand me a dime, I think. But the commitment that we made is that if we are going to be part of this, we're going to be part of sharing this with everybody that's out there. So we're going to use our email campaigns. We're going to use our social media platforms, and I'll make that easy for you. One request today, anybody that I should know or somebody in the consortium should know, if there are some introductions that need to happen, please make those. Next things are kind of tied together. We're looking at I was talking to Dave Sponicky from Reunion, and we're talking about some really interesting things we can do with state associations to be able to offer them some talent and thought leadership. It's so hard for those people to pull those meetings together. So we'll be talking about some things that we can do. We can even demonstrate to those powerful state associations what we mean by transforming automotive and the partnerships in it. Vendor events and industry events. Every few weeks, let's let each other know, like, where we're going to be in the very near future, so that we can partner up, and we can also get some things filmed while we are together. So here is, oops, different form. Hold on. pretend that that's not
The video.
happening. Let me see here. Somebody had a question?
No question. Sorry, that was me, Lori.
Okay, that's all right, David. Let's see. Let's see if this is it. I think this is it. Here you go. Here is the layout. I will send this to you as soon as we're done with the call. But as we scroll through here, this is the layout for the first 40 or so calls.
Wow.
Podcasts. So
That's
there's some,
great.
yeah, there's some that you see like that I don't have all the info. Some of that's just Lori needs an admin. Some of it is I need some more stuff from you. But and if you have an admin that you want to share, let me know. So when I want you to focus right now on a couple things. Over in column E, category, where it says HR people talent, performance, fixed ops, online retailing and digital marketing, marketing itself, finance and training development, and then industry insights. If I've missed a bucket of something, let me know. But for right now, that's what we have papered over pretty well. Number 2, the subcategory. That's important because some things are going to have dual purpose, or it's performance, but it's on the people themselves. It's performance, but it's for the sales team. So think about those as we're putting these together. Series titles. I want you to know that some of these that we'll do will be like a 3-part series. There'll be 3 episodes in the series of these subcategories like culture. So if you have something that you think is set, or if you think, you know, we could partner up with a couple companies because it's something that's really important to cover, we'll do that in a 3-part series of 5, whatever. Here is something so important where it says topic and challenge in column L. It is, and as you'll even see this, I'm working diligently myself to not just get the topic in there, but what is the challenge that we're taking on? Because we know that people would rather try to overcome a challenge and talk about what is a problem right now than just talk about success. We've got to talk about the struggle that they're in the middle of right now. So we're going to do that here. And so we even want the topics to echo that wherever possible. So I'm just asking for your help with that, because you know the challenges that your customers are facing better than I do. Like the exact thing that your customers are in the middle of, that you either consult with them on or you help them overcome. So I need your help with those. And so that would be fantastic. When we go to launch these, we're going to launch them in chunks, if you will. So even if maybe, let's just say it's Dealer Knows plus Tamala Bauer plus who else is here, plus Merits, we might have a series that includes all those. But if it's a topic where they should be bundled, then we're going to bundle them. And then we're going to launch them. So that will do several things that will, number 1, make them look more impressive and well thought out. Number 2, it will minimize the amount of scheduling that we need to do, like towards our audience. One thing will cover 3 things or 5 things. And then for us too, it gets us thinking about the ecosystem that we're even operating in. When we talk about transforming partnerships, that means we've all got to look at, you know, who are we working around and what other influences are important. So that's going to be really helpful. And I hope that this master list, just even seeing that it's here, even though it's not in its final form, well, it'll never be final because we'll always be building on it. But this look okay to you guys so far?
So far, so good. Looks great.
Looks good.
Looks impressive, actually.
Okay, so there's a lot of stuff here. Yeah? Question?
Yep.
Hi, Tim. Did I forget to put your hand down earlier, or is your hand up again?
Oh, sorry, I might have had a muscle spasm there, hit something.
Hey, you know what? Oh, by the way, we're allowed to have muscle spasms. And since most of this group is slightly over 30, we never have to talk about how many 100 years we've been in the business again. We're just going to take the Joe Webb approach and just all give ourselves great titles, right? I saw your post yesterday. So right now, We've really moved through this so much more quickly than yesterday. That's because you guys are all behaving better, believe it or not. Here is also, I'm showing you right now some of the stuff that I have that's assets for you guys. Any articles that you have, any papers that you've written, LinkedIn articles that you wrote, things that you had published. If you feed me these assets, it will only serve to build the SEO for our website that we're sharing here. I call it ours because it is. And it will only serve to supportive to the material that we're sending out to the audience. Does that make sense to everyone?
Yes.
Yeah, makes sense
Yep.
to me.
Okay, great. So like even when I look at Dane with the KPIs, we may not want to use, have all of them there, but if you even had like 3 sitting there, people could get a taste for it, Dane, to see what you're up to. Well, that would be fantastic. So, and also reunion marketing, that helps help drive your SEO. And then again, real important for everyone to know, I've said it a couple times before, and now again, once these assets are in here, you are a consortium. They are your shared assets. Everybody understands that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yep.
So not only is that a gift and a privilege to you for your efforts here, so use them. How powerful it would be if, just even half the people on here started either placing links to the main website so that your customers could get here. So look at this as this is not a Lori it started here in my head, but it's because of all of you that it's happening. So think about what you can do to make this all available for your clients and look like you are really living out these partnerships. All right, so that's a lot of stuff, but I think we're really good. I want to just throw it to you guys now for legitimate, serious questions or comments or concerns right now.
Like I said, all right.
Pardon? Okay, Dane is self-muted. Other than that, everybody's on. Any questions, insights, feedback, concerns right now from anybody? We are
Well,
a
listen,
group. We can talk honestly.
feedback that I have as I'm looking at this, Lori, it's Dave Hudson. Really great work so far. Very organized. I'm looking forward to continuing on. I don't have any concerns at this point. If anybody needs any help if they're going to be on camera in any way during these, right? Because that's how we want to do it, right? Everyone's on camera. Am I right?
Yep.
Okay. So, if anybody needs any help talking about what their space can do to look at its best, let me know. I'm here for you.
Because David Hudson, see, here you are, David Hudson Productions, right here. So yeah, that's awesome. That's generous. David's been just incredible contributor already along the way here. So thanks again for that, David. Anybody right now that wants to take advantage of that, you don't have to say it out loud, but you could raise your hand here right now and I would see you. And I won't shout your name out loud when that happens, but let us know and we'll be on this. Oh, this speaks to also one more thing, polling. We're gonna have some incredible audiences here. If there are polls that you would even like to, dip your toe into, let me know in advance. If there are some things you wanna ask the greater audience, let me know and we'll incorporate those as seamlessly as we can. So I'm just going to go around the room real quickly. Tim, anything open on your end right now?
No, all good. I sent you a note. I just need to get Kendra involved to help out with this, the digital piece of this and getting us using all the assets and providing assets. So thank you.
Beautiful. We just heard from David. Hey, Owen Moon, can you hear us?
Hey. Yeah. Hey, Lori. I was actually just going to jump on and say hi to everybody. I've been on for most of it. I got on a little late, but thanks for the opportunity. I'm obviously kind of just getting my arms wrapped around this, but from what I can tell, it sounds like a great opportunity and something that we'll be very excited to be a part of. So.
Fantastic. Owen runs Fix Ops Digital, and they are, again, Fix Ops, they're focusing on the service department of the store. Very great solutions that they have back there. Thanks for taking the time to jump on. We haven't done their product suite video and demo yet, so they're not all the way through, but I invited Owen to listen in on this call today with all of you. Ted Craybill, any closing comments or thoughts for everyone?
Nope, not really. Just looking forward to Fleming doing her thing.
So is the world, Ted. So is the world. Fleming?
No, great job, Lori. It's very exciting. And I know I've met several of you in person, but it, really kind of learning about what everybody has to offer and getting more comfortable with everybody. I'm excited to do that as soon as possible.
Fantastic. Tamala, we're going to end with you if there isn't anybody else. Tamala, thoughts?
Okay, cool. And we're out of Rich's office. All right, thank you.
Oops, Tamala might not. She might be muted. I might have muted her. Tamala, any closing thoughts?
Yeah, it was a pleasure to meet everyone via voice. I look forward to meeting people in person. Lori, you said you were going to distribute the podcast that you showed us, really that laundry list and that Excel spreadsheet.
You'll have
Will
all
you,
of
in
that.
addition, provide the updated master contacts as well?
Oh, yeah. You know what? Great idea. Thank you. I'll get my admin on that right away.
Thank you.
Somebody's got to pay her more money. I'll listen. Okay. We're closing out 14 minutes earlier than the team yesterday, so nice job, everybody. And so as we go to close out, I want you to see just one more quick glance at this. Oops, let's see if the video's going to play. Maybe it's not going to play now. This is how you're going to get displayed to the world. And so it's just such a pleasure to be working alongside all of you. Wish you could have been there with the group yesterday, but they feel the same about you. That's Les Silver and Darcy from Dynatron right there. I'm going to just give you a couple intros while we're doing this. Dan Moore from VistaDash. Let's see, Penny Stallings from Driven. Dave O'Brien from Marcom. There's Tamala. Dave Hudson. Yeah, we should have done this with everybody here. Hold on. There's Eric. There's Eric Milch. Fleming. And I think that's it for who's on the call right now. Dane, we need a picture of you. Oh wait, we got Tim here right around 1:30 because there's a break. There's Chad Grace from Reunion. There's Tim from Merritt's. So say hello and goodbye to each other, and look for all of those assets coming in just a few minutes here.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. We'll see you soon.
Okay, appreciate you all.